The sky was overcast, a dull gray that mirrored the heaviness in her heart. Claire sat on the garden bench, her hands clasped tightly in her lap, staring at the ground as if it held the answers to all the questions swirling in her mind. She felt his presence before she saw him. James approached cautiously, the weight of unspoken words thick between them. He sat down beside her, not too close, not too far. Close enough that she could feel his warmth, far enough that she knew he was still unsure of what to say. Silence stretched between them, fragile and delicate, like glass on the verge of breaking. "I never meant to hurt you," James finally said, his voice raw, almost pleading. He turned to her, searching her face for any sign of forgiveness, but she remained still, her eyes fixed on a point in the distance. She wanted to believe him. She wanted to reach out, to bury her face in his chest, to let him hold her the way he used to. But the pain was too fresh, too sharp. Instead, she closed her eyes, willing herself to find the words she had been rehearsing in her head for days. "Then why did you?" The question came out softer than she intended, laced with vulnerability she had hoped to hide. James exhaled, running a hand through his hair. "I don't know," he admitted. "I was scared. I was stupid. I thought if I let you in too much, I'd lose myself. But losing you," his voice cracked, and he cleared his throat. "Losing you was worse." Tears welled up in Claire's eyes, unbidden, unwanted. She bit her lip to keep them at bay, but one escaped, sliding down her cheek. James saw it, and his fingers twitched, as if resisting the urge to wipe it away. Instead, he clenched them into fists. "Claire, I love you. I never stopped." The words cut through her, awakening memories of whispered promises and stolen kisses, of nights spent tangled together, of laughter echoing in their shared spaces. She wanted to believe him, but love wasn't just words, it was actions, choices, and he had chosen fear over her. "I don't know if I can do this again," she whispered, finally turning to face him. Her eyes were filled with uncertainty, pain, and the remnants of the love they once shared. James reached for her hand, hesitating just before their fingers touched. "Please," he murmured, "just give me one more chance." She looked down at their almost touching hands, at the space between them that felt both immense and insignificant. Could she trust him again? Could she risk her heart, knowing that he had already broken it once? The wind rustled the leaves around them, a gentle reminder that time never stopped, that moments were fleeting. Claire inhaled deeply, feeling the weight of her emotions pressing against her chest. And then slowly, she placed her hand in his. James let out a breath he hadn't realized he was holding, his fingers curling gently around hers. It was a fragile acceptance, a tentative step forward. They sat in silence, letting the moment settle between them, unspoken words filling the spaces where fear and doubt once resided. "I want to take things slow," Claire said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I need to know that you mean it this time." James nodded, understanding the gravity of what she was giving him. "Whatever you need, I just want to be with you." As the sun broke through the clouds, casting a warm glow over them, Claire felt the smallest flicker of hope stir within her. Maybe, just maybe, love deserved a second chance. Days turned into weeks as they rebuilt what had been broken. They took walks in the park, exchanging quiet conversations, relearning each other's habits, finding comfort in the familiar. James was patient, never pushing, always letting Claire set the pace. One evening, as they sat on her porch, a soft breeze ruffling their hair, Claire reached for his hand. "I don't want to be afraid anymore," she admitted. "I want to believe in us again." James squeezed her fingers gently. "Then let's believe together." And so they did, one step at a time, choosing love over fear, hope over doubt, and each other above all else.